Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if they really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. And the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow and snow. Hey folks, it's December 2023. It's a little chilly out. Christmas is in a few days, and we're going to enjoy the last little bit of this year with y'all. We'll talk a little more. We got our pack, we got our gear. Let's head into the woods. Well, not only do you got to look for widow makers, I guess, you got to look for forestry workers cutting into the tree to weaken it so it'll blow over in a decent dust, or a decent wind, I'm sorry. So we got to watch out for that. Well, I was getting ready to maybe tie one end of my hammock to this tree, but then when I turn over here to see what I got, I see another tree that's been cut into. I'm not tying my hammock to that tree, so now I gotta look for Mother Nature issues. I gotta watch for man-made ones too. Jeez. Hey folks, it's December. Hey, I want to thank you guys for hanging around this year. We've got a lot of subscribers. We've done a lot more videos this year than last year. We've got Luke out for a few this year, which is a big plus from last year. So we're definitely heading in the right direction. He wanted me to tell y'all he wanted to be out here, but he had some things he had to do today. He was going to skip this video, but we're just going to be out here having fun today. I don't have any expectations of what I'm going to do. I might hang out, just do whatever. We are prepared to get any squirrels if we happen to see them. If not, that's fine too. We're just going to kind of play with some of our gear that we wanted to finish getting out before the year ended. And just have some fun. All right, that is our little table. Oh, it's like 12 inches high. But like I said, we're going to be getting the Trexology table out starting next year. All right, I'll bring it back. Well, I guess it's a good time to talk about this. My zipper broke on this just now, along with various straps on this backpack. You guys have seen me carry it all year long. This is just an Amazon cheap backpack that looks from the picture like it's really nice and tactical and well made, and the material is. But the zippers, the strap stitching on the material is not good. It immediately from day one they started popping, and I use C-clamps, E-clips, and other ways to get it through the year. But we got an Alice pack. Let me get you up here. We got an Alice pack to start next year, and we bought one of those. It's kind of a part donation to the channel, although I did pay for it. We got such a good price. A guy at work sold it to us at a really good price, but as cheap as it was, I consider it really a donation. We're going to be switching over to that, definitely. I was hoping to get one more use out of this pack, but I can't have my zippers breaking. So we're going to have to squeeze one more day out of this pack before we retire it. And Yeah. You can just see the heavy logging in this area. It wasn't that way last time I was here, not too long ago. They just got them chopped everywhere down through here, and the briars are just taking over. So we're gonna go somewhere else. I mean, by the time we get out of view of the road, then we got to drop over the edge of the cliff because the briars are so thick in here. There's nowhere to go. So I'm sure they got a good reason for doing what they're doing. I don't claim to be an expert. I just know in the short term, it's not any good for me. All right, folks, we moved to a different spot. The reason why I think this spot is interesting to me is the area all around me, behind me, we've been to. We've actually made videos on it. Over that ledge, down in the valley here, we've made a couple of videos down in there. And down at the edge, well, it'd be down this way. We made a couple of videos down that way. But we got this logging road that goes right down the top of this ridge, and I don't know where it goes. I've never seen it come out anywhere, so I'm really interested to see if it just dead ends or what it does there. And also I see, well, I love pine trees. I just love hanging out around them, the smell of them. They're always green, which this time of year is a welcome. But we got a reason to explore that, see how big that is, and follow this fire trail back up to the end of this point and see where it goes. So there's an adventure. My curiosity is going to kill this cat one day, so let's get after it. I'm getting excited. I'm seeing more pines than I thought there was up there. Oh, we got a graveyard. What the? We found a graveyard. I know there's a few in here. This one's not marked on any map. Probably a good thing. I've run into old graveyards before. I mean, really old ones. This one is not that old. I mean, it is. But people are maintaining it, looks like. You got flags on the graves. Oh, wow. It says Goose Creek Cemetery. Well, we're on Goose Creek Road, so that would make sense. Man, you don't see this from the road. You wouldn't know leaves on the trees. Here's an old one. This is an old one. It doesn't have an end date. 1864 dash nothing. Maybe it wasn't used. Oh, wow, man. I have to mark this on my map where we put all of our discoveries, springs, and artifacts. So we know this thing goes back to the cowboy days, before the turn of the century. Those are all 1920s. There's one, that little one in 1912. So we're talking that one was around the sinking of the Titanic, very close to it. That's hand carved into that thing with something sharp. It says Christina Miss Pearson was born August 29th, 1912. Died September 6th, 1912. Oh, so it's a baby. Oh, wow. It would have lived a week. It's a 1 week year old. And you can barely see it, but it's got a carving of, looks like a bird at the bottom. Oh, wow. You know, we come back sometime, I'll bring some flowers for that, for sure. We will do that, and we will make a video on that. Hey, it says right here, Goose Creek Cemetery established early 1800s. It's how old the cemetery is, and there's still people being put in there today. Man, this would be a nice spot to be buried. All right, that was a cool find. A lot of history right there, right here in our own stomping ground. I'm glad we took this area. It's really made the day. We're gonna come back with some flowers for that baby, and you know, I'm glad we know it's here. That's really cool. There's an old one. So we're done paying our respects. We're going to head back down the trail here. We are heading into more pines than I thought. This is awesome. I can't wait. Let's go check it out. All right. All right, let me turn you around and kind of give you an idea of what's happened to this fire trail. All right, let me turn you around. All right, this fire trail kind of goes down through here, and there are the roads down in the bottom. I can see it. So it came out through the road, but you can't tell from the road because it hasn't been maintained or anything. It's washed out. The rainwater's come down through here and just really washed out the road. So it's, for all intents and purposes, a dead end right here. But it dead ended right into a little pine grove. So let's head over here and check it out. All right, we're starting to sweat a little bit underneath all these clothes, and it's getting warmer out. So we're gonna drop back right here and cool down and kind of stop the sweating. You sweat in the winter, you die. Maybe it's not cold enough for that right now, but I sweat, I'm gonna get chilly. Let's kind of drop back and take a little breather. I'll bring you back. Yeah, we definitely want to cool down a little bit, not get sweaty and get cold this evening. clearing me out some leaves out of this area. And right here in the leaves, I had a couple acorns that haven't been cracked. So we've got acorns, we've got food in the area, just right here where I'm sitting. So they're probably everywhere. So we're definitely in a good spot. I know we're really not worried about our noise too much. Now I found them squirrels sometimes are curious and just come in to see what the noise is about. And there's more nuts. You got it. Got a branch that fell over there. least we're out of that area where all them trees were cut. I didn't feel good about that, especially if the wind got going. I hear a tree creaking. All right, folks, what are we going to do next year? Well, one idea we got is that rock shelter video we did. It's like one of our very first videos when we really wasn't doing any editing. We just would string along some videos and put it on Facebook. And, you know, and that ended up being like one of the best places I've been with the crappiest editing I've ever done. So, and it just didn't do it justice for the spot. I mean, so we're going to revisit that spot now that we've got some experience. We've got a lot of editing experience. We're going to do that spot justice. We're going to revisit that spot this spring. I was going to do it this fall. I'm just trying to figure out when we want to do it because that's a tough hike. And you got to go in there during the wet season because you can't carry enough water to get through that hike. You've got to rely on some at the bottom. Too many people I've seen videos of getting in there, and thank God someone left water along the trail, and because it's a hard one. So we're going to go in prepared during the wet months. The leaves are all good and green in the spring. We're going to redo that video and really do it justice and spend some time on it. That'll probably be a pretty long video, but that's coming up this spring, and I'm really looking forward to that one. And you guys should too, because that's, if you haven't seen Rock Shelter, there's not many people that have seen them videos. Scroll all the way to the bottom and you can check those videos out. I think it's a 3-part series because we really know how to edit it and put it all together. It's really raw stuff. So we're going to do that one justice because it really deserves it. You know, we've also got some new gear coming in for the Christmas time. We've already got a Trexology table like the one I just showed you earlier, but a little nicer. We're going to try that out next year. We'll probably get some other stuff coming down the line that we're going to try out. So we definitely have new gear coming. We got the new pack. We're going to show you guys the Alice pack we got. And this one, like I said, is not one off Amazon. This is an actual one issued in the Army. And it's really old, but in a really good shape. It's not dry rotted or anything, so that should work out really nice for us. That's another piece of gear. And like I've talked about before, we do have a boat. We don't have a motor. So eventually, I don't know when, could be whenever God puts a motor in my hands at a good price. Anywhere from this summer to next summer, the summer after that. Eventually, we're going to do a overnight on the boat, kind of set it up like a duck blind, but cozy in somewhere and sleep on the boat, and with all the fun that comes of that, fishing and pulling off somewhere, doing a fire. It's just going to be really nice. It's going to be fun. A lot of anticipation, and the far future video of that one. And that boat was also donated. Dad donated that one, so we're slowly going to get that together and get a show made on that. See, perfect example. I hate this pack. Got to tighten it up. and the straps just pull right out of the pack. Every one of them, pretty much, I've done that. Just get what you pay for, right? I mean, I think this thing was like $40, but it's been breaking since day one. Oh, man. I'll be glad to get that other pack. Get it in service next year. Get out of this one. Every time I go out, it seems like I gotta tie something up, rig something up to hold. I'd wanted to get a, yeah, what's the name of that? Hold on, let me think. I'd want to get the Osprey backpack is what I was wanting to get. Those things are like $300. Actually, probably a little more. I just didn't see paying that much money. I was trying to find a good alternative. Because after all, you're just putting your gear in, and I just want something to hold up. Not fancy, just hold up. But, so good thing we ran across the buddy at work heard me talking about this problem and offered to sell me the Alice pack for really cheap. So that worked out great. Man, it's 1:42 in the afternoon, and it just seems like evening time. I was just looking at that clock going, oh man, it's about time to start heading out of here, but it's only 1:45. It's so dark out. It'll be completely dark in about 3 hours. Be nice to find a squirrel before we left. I really enjoy hunting them with the 22. I mean, what can I expect? Ain't like I'm being quiet, right? Quiet enough to find a dumb one stumbling through here. I want to talk about something that's funny to me and really doesn't make any sense when it comes to other campers and their videos and stuff. This leave no trace movement that we're in. I never understood when people would pick up their camp, why they would rake the leaves back into their camp spot that they matted down or they moved out of the way like we have here. But they'll mark trees on the way in so they don't get lost. But it's supposed to be leave no one. I never understood that. I mean, the wind's going to blow these leaves, cover them up within a couple of days. The seasons change. It'll never look this way. When I think leave no trace, I'm thinking you don't leave trash behind, rope, gear, any kind of man-made materials that isn't natural behind. That's what I think. Leave no trace as in leave no trace of human stuff behind. Not rake the leaves back into the spot that you were in so that no one in the woods, in the middle of the woods, could tell you were there. The leaves, I never understood that. And we'll mark trees up that'll be there for years. And we'll, process wood out here. Your footsteps hitting over logs, leaving scrapes over logs, sliding down a little embankment like what's behind us. I mean, you're leaving traces wherever you go. There's no way to leave no trace. So this raking leaves thing, I think it's more of a monkey see, monkey do. That's a chipmunk. Run, Mr. Chipmunk. He come to see our show. Come on over here. There he's coming over here. Come on. He's within 2 feet of us. Come Come on. He's in this log right here. Let me turn you around. I'll pop out. He's right inside that log there. He's hiding in there. But anyway, he's just going to come join us. But yeah, where were we? No, yeah, the monkey see, monkey do. I mean, so many people are, want to, because they see it done somewhere else and someone else says this is the way you should do it. Everyone just does it because they don't want to be the standout. And they want to be, not really correct is the word, but in conformity with everybody else instead of stopping to think, why am I doing what I'm doing? Raking leaves back over your camp spot after you just cut a tree down. Or marked up trees getting in here. All right, I'm over that. It just didn't make no sense. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, now that squirrel is right inside here. That's a little hollow tube. He's in there. He went right inside there, and he hasn't exited. I mean, he came right over the berm, right down through here, and he's in there, listening to us. He went in there, and he has not left. So, we got a little neighbor. Alrighty. Well, I see the sun trying to poke through the clouds up there. We got about another hour that's going to be dipping below the tree line. In the winter, late afternoon is evening. For sure. I think. I really like this spot. We're going to come back here next summer when the foliage gets really thick in here and see what it looks like in there. I like it here. I know there's water close. Pretty cool. I think we're going to pack up and do a little walking. Walk back towards the graveyard and back out towards the car. Take our time. And take about an hour, headed back up to the car, and by that time it's about dark and hunting will be officially over for today. So, as usual, we're going to get on our feet and play the wild card. My favorite card. Let's go. I found these flowers. They had blowed off some graves. They were on the other side of the fire trail, getting ready to blow off the cliff. So I don't know who they belong to. I didn't pull them off any grave, but I saved them from getting blown away. And whoever they belong to, I'm sure they don't mind that I stick them on. Christina, 1915 she died. Okay, was born 1912. Okay, died 1912. It's hard to read the carvings. So yeah, looked like 7-8 days. So yeah, she lived a week. 1912. So her mom and dad are probably gone, I'm sure. So she doesn't have, I'm sure, anybody around pay any kind of respects to her grave. So we'll do it. There you go, Christina. You ain't got no mommy and daddy no more. We'll watch after you. Well, maybe we'll bring a plant hanger and stick it in next to it, and now and then we'll bring a plant to stick in next to her. That'd be nice. You know, it'd be. So yeah, that's been 120 years ago. 123, 4 years ago. Whew. That's a long time. You know, maybe if someone runs into one of my kids 100 years after they die, it'd be nice if they did the same thing. Hey guys, I want to thank you for coming out with me for the last adventure of the year in 2023. Look forward to a lot of good adventures in 2024, and wish you a Merry Christmas. And I guess we know where this fire trail went. It just kind of dead ends there right past the graveyard, so I guess that's why it's here. And so that was a good adventure. We ran into baby Christina and put some flowers on her grave. So we paid her respects, and that was great. I think that's what really kind of drew me to this spot. I think I've seen in the end why I was drawn to that fire trail, to back up 30, 40 feet and come down here. So everything has a purpose. So, but yeah, ended great on a great note. And we got a lot of new stuff planned for this year and this upcoming year. So we thank you for hanging out with us again, and we'll see you again next year. Have a good one.